Hello everyone, great to have you back in today's masterclass. I'm your host, Tolulokwe Michael, lead coach at Excel My Cyber, where we help you start your very own lucrative career in cybersecurity in 90 days. Our session today is on the basic cyber hygiene, foundations for aspiring cybersecurity professionals. Whether you're just starting your journey in cybersecurity or looking to brush up your knowledge and your skills, this session is packed with valuable insights that will help you understand the critical role cyber hygiene plays in cybersecurity and our everyday lives. So, why is cyber hygiene so important? Think about it this way. Just as we follow certain routines to maintain our physical health, like brushing our teeth and washing our hands, cyber hygiene involves a set of practices to keep our digital environment healthy and secure. This is vital because in our increasingly connected world, the digital landscape plays a very vital role in almost every aspect of our lives. From personal banking to corporate communications, everything relies on the integrity of our cyber environment. In this session, we'll cover what cyber hygiene is. We'll start by defining cyber hygiene and explaining why it's essential. You will learn about the current cyber threat landscape and why staying vigilant is more important than ever. We'll delve into common attack methods on how to guard against them, how to guard against phishing and social engineering attacks, password and best practices. Strong, unique passwords are your first line of defense, and we'll show you how to create and manage them. You will also see how adding another layer of security can significantly reduce your risk of being hacked, just to name a few. Throughout this presentation, I'll be sharing practical examples to illustrate this point, making it easier for you to apply these practices in your daily life. For instance, I will explain how a company avoided a major data breach by regularly updating their software and implementing multi-factor authentication. By the end of this session, you would have a clear understanding of how to maintain good cyber hygiene and why it's a cornerstone of effective cybersecurity. So let's dive right in. Let's start with a fundamental question. What is cyber hygiene? Imagine you never brushed your teeth or washed your hands. You will quickly run into some serious health problems, right? Similarly, cyber hygiene involves routine practices that keep your digital environment healthy and secure. It's about adopting regular habits that protect your data and systems from cyber threats. So what exactly does cyber hygiene entail? At its core, cyber hygiene includes practices such as updating software, which is regularly updating your operating system, applications, and security software to protect against vulnerabilities. How about use of strong password? Creating and managing strong, unique password for all your accounts. Also, we talk about regular backups, ensuring that you have recent backups of all your important data to recover quickly from attacks. And even the safe browsing habit, being cautious about the website you visit and the links you click on. Think of cyber hygiene as your digital immune system. Just like washing your hands help prevent the spread of germs, updating your software prevent the spread of malware and other cyber threats. For example, in June 2023, the Club ransomware group exploited a vulnerability in movie transfer software, affecting organizations like Shell and the BBC. This event highlighted the importance of applying patches promptly to prevent widespread disruption. But why is cyber hygiene so crucial? With our increasing resilience on digital technologies, the consequences of poor cyber hygiene can be devastating. The data breaches can lead to identity theft, financial loss, and even damage to a company's reputation. By practicing good cyber hygiene, you're not only protecting yourself, also you're contributing to the overall security of the digital ecosystem. Let's consider a real-world analogy. Just as a community benefits from individual practicing good physical hygiene, the digital community benefits from individuals and organizations maintaining strong cyber hygiene. When everyone does their part, the entire network becomes more secure. So as we progress in this session, we'll dive deeper into specific cyber hygiene practices, providing you with practical tips and real-world examples to help you implement this habit effectively. Let's move on to understanding the threat landscape and why it's more important than ever to stay vigilant. As we delve into cyber hygiene, it's crucial to understand the landscape we're navigating. The digital world is full of threats that are constantly evolving. Now let's look at some staggering statistics that highlight the gravity of the situation. In 2020 alone, cybercrime cost the world over $1 trillion. That's a 15% increase from just 2 years prior. And in the first half of 2019, over 4.1 billion records were exposed through data breaches. These numbers illustrate just how pervasive and costly cyber threats have become. Now, let's break down some of the most common type of threats that we face. We face malware, phishing, ransomware, social engineering. To give you a clearer picture, let's discuss some notable real-world examples. The Equifax breach of 2017. This was one of the most significant data breaches in history, where the personal record of 147 million people were exposed. Hackers exploited a vulnerability in Equifax web application software, which had a patch available that was not applied. This breach underscored the critical importance of timely software updates and robust cyber hygiene practices. How about the WannaCry ransom attack of 2017? This attack affected over 200,000 computers across 150 countries. This ransomware exploited a vulnerability in the Windows operating system, which had a patch available that many organizations had not yet applied. Victims included major corporations, healthcare systems, and government agencies, causing widespread disruption and financial loss. These examples highlight the importance of a proactive cyber hygiene. Now, by understanding and implementing fundamental security practices, we can significantly reduce our vulnerability to such attacks. Let's explore phishing and social engineering in more detail, providing practical tips to recognize and avoid these common attacks. Now that we have looked at the broader threat landscape, let's focus on one of the most common and effective attack methods: phishing. Phishing is a type of social engineering attack where cyber criminals masquerade as trustworthy entities to trick individuals into revealing sensitive information or installing malware. Phishing is incredibly prevalent because it's cheap, easy to execute, and often highly effective. Even as technical defenses improve, phishing remains a significant threat. So let's look into different types of phishing attacks. There is spear phishing, there's whaling, there's vishing, there's smishing, and there's smishing. How does phishing work? Typically, these attacks involve malicious attachment. An email might include an attachment with a subject line designed to grab your attention, like invoice or urgent. Opening this attachment can install malware on your device. How about links to fake websites? Often, phishing emails contain links that direct you to fake websites designed to look like legitimate ones. Once you're there, you might be prompted to enter your login credentials, which the attacker can then capture. Let's take a moment to look at the case of the Democratic National Committee email breach during the 2016 US elections. Hackers used spear phishing emails to gain access to email accounts. They sent emails that appeared to be from Google, warning recipients of suspicious activity and prompting them to change their password on a fake Google page, thus capturing their credentials. Some preventive measures against phishing are: always verify the sender's email address. Over links to check their legitimacy before you click. Be cautious with email attachment, especially if you're not expecting it. Use spam filters and anti-phishing tools that are provided by your email service. Phishing attacks exploit human psychology, making it essential to stay vigilant and informed. Alright, let's dive into one of the most fundamental aspects of cyber hygiene: strong password. You've probably heard it a million times, but there's a good reason for that. Passwords are often the first line of defense against unauthorized access to your account and data. Why are strong passwords so important? Simply put, they protect you from hackers who might try to gain access to your information. Weak passwords are like leaving your front door wide open with a sign that says, "Welcome, thieves." They make it easy for cyber criminals to break into your account, leading to data breaches, identity theft, and so much more. Now let's talk about what makes a password strong. Here are some key characteristics. The length of a password. A strong password should be at least 12 characters long. The longer, the better. How about the complexity? It should include a mix of upper and lower case letters, numbers, and special characters. For example, password 123 is a much stronger password than password 123. What does that mean? P at SSW 0RD123 is stronger than just write PASSWORD 123. Okay? How about the uniqueness of the password? You want to avoid using easily guessable information like your name, your birthday, or common words. Hackers use sophisticated tools that can quickly guess this. But what are the best practices for creating and managing password? See, the way to go is first, use different passwords for each account. This way, if one password is compromised, the others remain secure. Think of it like using different keys for your house, car, and office. If someone gets one key, they can't access everything. Also, consider using a password manager. Password managers are tools that generate, retrieve, and even keep complex passwords for you, stored in an encrypted database. They can be a lifesaver, helping you manage multiple strong passwords without having to remember them at all. Examples include LastPass, 1Password, and Dashlane. And then regularly update your password. Even if strong passwords should be updated periodically, this reduces the risk of long-term exposure in case your password are compromised without your knowledge. Let's take the example of the LinkedIn breach in 2012. Over 6.5 million encrypted passwords were stolen and posted online. Many of the stolen passwords were weak, making it easy for hackers to decrypt them and gain access to users' accounts. The breach highlighted the critical need for strong, unique password for every account. One practical tip you can use here is create a base password and modify it slightly for different accounts. For example, your base password could be password 2024, and you can append something related to the specific service like password 2024 FB for Facebook. But remember, using a password manager is an even better solution. So to sum it up, strong passwords are a simple yet effective way to enhance your cyber hygiene. They are your first defense against cyber threats, and following these best practices, you can significantly reduce the risk of your account being compromised. Next, we'll discuss another critical layer of security, which is multi-factor authentication. Let's see how adding this extra step can fortify your defense even more. Now that we have covered the importance of strong password, let's talk about taking your security a step further with multi-factor authentication, or MFA. See, MFA is a game changer in the world of cybersecurity, adding an extra layer of protection to your account. It is an authentication method that requires 2 or more verification factors to access an account. It's not just about what you know, like a password, it's also about what you have, like a smartphone, or what you are, like a fingerprint. This multi-layered approach makes it significantly harder for attackers to get access to your account. Now let's break down the common factors used in MFA. Something you know is number 1. This is typically your password. Something you have. This could be your smartphone, which can receive a text message with a verification code, or an authentication app that generates a time-based one-time password. And then something you are. This involves biometric verification. such as your fingerprint or facial recognition. But why is MFA important? Even if a hacker gets hold of your password, they'll still need access to the second factor to breach your account. This extra step can thwart many attacks. For instance, if your password is compromised in a data breach, MFA acts as a second barrier, significantly reducing the chances of unauthorized access. Moving on, we'll look at the importance of keeping your software up to date and how regular updates and patching play a crucial role in maintaining cyber hygiene. Keeping your software up to date is one of the simplest yet most effective ways to protect your digital environment. Now let's explore why regular software updates and patching are so crucial for maintaining good cyber hygiene. So why are updates important? Software updates are not just about getting new features or improving performance. More importantly, they often include patches for security vulnerabilities that have been discovered since the software was released. These vulnerabilities can be exploited by cyber criminals to gain unauthorized access to your system, steal data, or install malware. And there's a risk for not updating. And here is what happens if you ignore this update. Your system remains vulnerable to known exploits that hackers are actively looking for advantage of. Coming up next is the importance of using public Wi-Fi safely. Public Wi-Fi can be incredibly convenient whether you're at a coffee shop, airport, or hotel. However, it also poses significant risk if not used properly. Let's discuss the dangers of public Wi-Fi and how you can protect yourself. Let's start with the all too familiar man-in-the-middle attack. Public Wi-Fi are prime target for man-in-the-middle attacks. In such attacks, cyber criminals intercept the data being transmitted between your device and the network, potentially gaining access to sensitive information. Our next focus for cyber hygiene is safe email practices and how to identify and avoid malicious emails. Email is a critical communication tool, but it's also one of the most common vectors for cyber attacks. From phishing scams to malware-laden attachment, unsafe email practices can lead to significant security breaches. Now let's explore how to recognize and handle suspicious email to keep your information safe. Why is email safety important? Emails are often used by cyber criminals to carry out phishing attacks and distribute malware. A single click on a malicious link or opening a compromised attachment can lead to severe consequences such as data breaches, identity theft, and ransomware infection. Now it is time to exploit the different types of malware and how to protect your system against them. You probably have heard about them before, but let's remind ourselves once again why we need to protect ourselves against malware. Short for malicious software. Malware is a broad term that encompasses a variety of harmful programs that are designed to damage, disrupt, or gain unauthorized access to your computer systems. Different types of malware and how to protect against them is crucial for maintaining good cyber hygiene. You can consider using additional tools like Malwarebytes alongside your primary antivirus software for enhanced protection, and Malwarebytes is also known for its effectiveness in detecting and removing a wide range of malware. Let's move on to another crucial aspect of cyber hygiene: securing the configuration of your devices. See, many devices come with default settings, and that prioritize ease of use over security, making them vulnerable to attacks. By configuring your devices securely, you can significantly enhance your protection against unauthorized access and cybersecurity threats. So what is the importance of secure configuration? Default settings on devices are often designed to be user-friendly, but they can also leave you exposed to security risk. For example, many devices come with default username and password that are easily guessed or found online. Securing your device's configuration helps you prevent unauthorized access, reduces vulnerabilities, and ensures your personal data remains protected. What are the steps to take to secure your data? Change default password. That's number one. Number two, enable firewalls and security features. Number three, disable unnecessary service and features. Number 4, regularly review and update device settings. For example, changing the default admin password on the router. Also, disabling remote access. Now, let's discuss the importance of data backup and recovery strategies to ensure that you can quickly recover in case of a cyber incident. Data is the lifeblood of modern digital age, and losing it can be devastating, whether due to cyber attacks, hardware failures, accidental deletion. That's why having robust data backup and recovery strategy is a cornerstone of a good cyber hygiene. We have gotten to a very key aspect of our topic today, the importance of security awareness training and how educating yourself and others can significantly enhance your cyber hygiene. We've covered a lot of ground on the technical aspect of cyber hygiene, but one of the most critical elements often overlooked is the human factor. Security awareness training is essential because it equips individuals with the knowledge and skills needed to protect themselves and their organizations from cyber threats. Let's see why this training is so important and how to implement it effectively. Why is security awareness training important? Human error is a leading cause of security breaches. Even the most sophisticated security systems can be bypassed if an employee inadvertently clicks on a phishing link or uses weak password. Some key components of effective training include recognizing phishing attacks, safe internet and email practices, proper use of company devices, incident reporting procedures, and then we have some of the best practices as well. You want to start by conducting regular training sessions. In your training, use real-world examples and simulations. Also, make training engaging and interactive. Last but not the least, continuously update training materials. Cyber threats are constantly changing, so it's crucial to keep training materials up to date. Regularly review and revise content to reflect new threats, vulnerabilities, and practices. So let's say we have company XYZ that implemented phishing simulation training for its employees. Before the training, 30% of employees clicked on phishing links. After regular training and simulations, this number dropped to less than 5%. Another vital aspect to take a look at is the importance of managing user access and implementing the principle of least privilege to enhance your cybersecurity posture. Managing user access effectively is a critical component of maintaining robust cybersecurity. By controlling who has access to what resources, you can minimize the risk of unauthorized access and protect sensitive data. In this section, we'll discuss the importance of managing user access and the principle of least privilege. User access management involves defining and enforcing who can access certain systems and data within an organization. Without proper access controls, sensitive information can be exposed to unauthorized users, increasing the risk of data breaches and insider threats. Now, effective user access management is a great way to ensure that only authorized individuals can access critical systems and data. The principle of least privilege is a security concept that involves granting users the minimum level of access that are necessary to perform their job functions. By limiting access rights, you reduce the potential damage that can occur if your account is compromised. Let's look at how to implement POLPE. Step number 1, grant necessary access only. Ensure that users have access only to the data and systems they need to do their jobs, nothing more. How about regularly reviewing access levels? Periodically review user access levels and adjust them as needed. Employees may change roles or responsibilities requiring different levels of access. Step 3, use role-based access control. Implement RBAC, which is role-based access controls, to streamline the assignment of permission based on roles within the organization. This simplifies the management of user access and ensures consistency. A few best practices for these processes are: implement role-based access control, use multi-factor authentication, monitor and log user activity, conduct regular access audits. Let's use as an instance, in 2018, a cybersecurity firm discovered that a former employee still had access to sensitive systems long after leaving the company. This oversight posed a significant security risk. regular access reviews and prompt the activation of access for departing employees could have prevented this issue. To avoid issues like this, implement automated tools to manage user access and enforce the principle of least privilege. Tools like identity and access management system can streamline access control processes and ensure compliance with security policies. Our final topic in this series on basic cyber hygiene is secure data disposal. Just as important as securing data while it's in use, we also need to ensure its proper disposal when no longer needed. Improper disposal of data can lead to leaks, unauthorized access, and potential legal issues. When data is no longer needed, it's essential to dispose of it securely to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. This is especially important for sensitive information such as personal data, financial record, and proprietary business information. Secure data disposal helps prevent data leaks and unauthorized access, and it ensures compliance with data protection regulations like GDPR and HIPAA, which mandate secure disposal of personal data. Thank you for joining today, and don't forget to like this video and drop your questions in the comment below if you have any. It's been a great time on this session with you today. See you next time. Bye for now.